My guest is Rico tonight from O.B.F. from Geneva. I checked and it was exactly 1 year ago since we spoke last time on strefadread.
All right, Maken. Thank you. First, thank you for the invitation. And always a pleasure to be on your show, man. Really appreciate.
Is it hard for you to survive coronavirus time?
It has been, you know what? I've been traveling so much during the last months, last year. So the first month was really good for me in terms of like resting up and relax. And the second month, I was quite busy with the album release. So trust me, these 2 last months have been like this, quick, fast. So it was okay. It was hard because, you know, I'm a people's people. I love my family, my peoples around me, my crew. So I was kind of alone. I mean, so that's what it was hard there. This part of the quarantine was hard, you know, the social meeting with people.
Last time we spoke was about your Nazamba EP. There is a lot of him on the new album, but he's only in interludes.
Yeah, he's in the introduction and the interlude.
Yeah.
Because it's a very important role, because this helped to structure the album, yeah, to introduce, to like, you can dive into the Signz universe through the rhythm and Nazamba's voice. And as well, you can, with the interlude, you have different steps, different level in the album. And Nazamba and I are like, this is a very important place in the album, interlude and introduction.
There are guests from everywhere there, several studios. How often could you be present physically during the voicing sessions? Was it mostly done through internet or during your trips and you were like commanding a session?
You know me, Maken, I don't like to do like some internet session like, okay, can you record this for me? Can you? For dub plates is all right, but I don't really like it, yeah? But when it comes to release, to production for an album, it's a personal feeling. So you need to be with the artist, talk about the tune, get a vibe. And the artists you see in the album are my family, my personal close family, yeah? You can see all the usual Sonia Wilson, Shanti, Charlie, Roy. Now you see Pupa Jim, Biga. This is the O.B.F family, yeah. Nazamba, and there is more like Tippa, Irie. No, I've been there for all the recording session. It's a long process before it reached the recording and the building of the tune. So I've been there, yeah, for the build up.
Did you have any influence on the lyrics or you fully gave it to the singer's hands?
As the album was about the signs of life, signs of time, and of course I lead them to what was happening, the environment, the environment where we are living, you know. You see Tippa Irie talking about like, I'm an African. Yeah, it's something who touched him. It's signs of the life, of what you see around you, what is happening on this planet. When you see Jah Mason talking about, but on the wicked and about on the evil, you know, it's like he knows and we know that some bad things are happening on the planet now, and we have to stand firm and strong, but fight them and be aware of them, because, you know, they are around. Wicked people are around us. And yeah, you can see under pressure, the world is under pressure from Biga Ranx. You can see water. So it has all been like a long process and thinking about it. Yeah.
You say in description of the album that this is a personal journey comparing to the previous album of O.B.F from 6 years ago. So tell me, what are your personal crucial signs of life?
Yeah, the main difference with this album and the Wide album, the Wide album, I was younger and more influenced by one scene, which was UK dub. Yeah, this album has been more personal because it reflects my general influences. Yeah, from Jamaica to London to France, and even more, because you see Asian night. This is the reflection, my vision of the a night in China, of this crazy society, this city, this like futuristic and at the same time very authentic, you know. So, and there is so many influences in this album which are more like maybe deep, from hip hop, deep melodies, more cinematographic melodies. There is a different approach than just building dubs and rhythm. It's more like a movie. You can dive into it. This is how my perception of the life of my last 2 or 3 years.
You mentioned this Chinese or Asian thing. You told me before that 2 songs were recorded, one in Shanghai and one in Manila. So are you traveling also to Asia for some creative sessions? And these 2 tracks, for me, feel the calmest on the album. So do you find the most peace and harmony there in Asia?
You know, Asia has been something like a new. I've never been in China before. I've never been in the Philippines before. Never been in Thailand before. It was my first time, and I didn't really know where I was going, because you have some like always some maybe some wrong information or wrong vision of what this country or that country could be. And when I was there, I discovered China, Thailand, with this temple, the way of life, the way of thinking, the way of, and it kind of, yeah, I soak it up and just like take it as a new influences. Yeah. Asian Night, yeah, I think it's kind of peaceful, very retro, futuristic tune, you know. And Bubble, what we built in Manila, it's just a reflection of the Manila environment, how the whole city, you know, bubble, and so yeah.
I think there's something special about your music, that you've got your really own style. I think you also realize it as you called your project Original Base Foundation. So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel? What makes your art different to other producers, in your opinion?
What made my production different from the other producer in the reggae and dub? You know what? I'm a big fan of King Tubby's, of all these dub man scientists, Lee Scratch Perry, and you see the barrier they had when they were mixing a tune. The reggae tune was like this, yeah. When Lee Scratch Perry came on the mix, boom, remove one barrier. Scientist, King Tubby's, boom, remove the barriers. And dub for me is this. Every decade, every year, you are removing more and more barriers, experimenting, taking more influences. You see, I'm not comparing myself to those people, yeah, to those legends, yeah. But when you see King Tubby's in the 70s, then 80s, is using the 80s equipments, the KZO, the new mix. You can hear it. It's like it's a new kind of sound you have, and sometimes it's not the same as the 70s in terms of like tightness. But he's experimenting, and that's the most important for me. We'll always experiment.
But these masters you mentioned, they worked with all live instruments. I think your style is fully digital. Sometimes it's hard to know for me if you are sometimes using some live instruments or not. But so I would rather ask you, what is your favorite thing in your studio, and a special plugin or any special device which really helps you doing what you are doing?
Um, I don't have really some like special device or plugin, but I try to keep the groove as much as possible, you know, because you will never have the instrument groove, yeah. But when you do I do everything on my like keyboard or like
With your
I
finger.
had some percussions, yeah, fingers. But I had some percussion now. Okay, so I'm trying to bring what is important for me is not plug-in or this kind of thing. It's more keeping the groove, yeah, in the melodies, in the drums, and the sound treatment is very important for me now in the mix. And I make more now importance on my EQ and tweaking and my sound texture. And yeah, that's the sound treatment what I care, you know.
In Rebel Daawtaz on the album, you give a very powerful voice to amazing Asa Lineage from Jamaica. And all the women, as you say, women are always battling for their place in the world. Do you find girls being treated nicer in the underground sound system scene than in the rest of the world?
I can't say that because I can't. Sometimes I can't realize if I don't have the girls feeling and emotion, and when someone's saying something, I can't really like feel something that a girl can feel. So it's hard to say that. But as we got one warriors rebel girl in the crew, trust me, we are talking a lot about Steph, yeah. So we are talking a lot about it, and she's making sure that everything is right for the girls, yeah.
So she is like the most important female element in this whole crew.
That's right, yeah. But we have some friends as well working around us, which are important. We always try to be on an equal level as it should be.
In your biography, you are using they about O.B.F, and there is another name appearing somewhere behind, G. Who is G?
G is someone you don't see like me every time talking this on this YouTube or this Facebook or Instagram, but is as important as me in the sound system structure of O.B.F because he's the man who take care of the sound system. He's the man who is here on my side. He's the man who is O.B.F, you know. He's O.B.F. G, Rico, this is O.B.F, you know. This can go alone. You see, like this.
There are some words about sound systems on the album I like often, like in My Sound, which is a real stepper anthem. I never ask you about your orange O.B.F sound system. It came to my mind when I watched your online session for the album recently, and your orange setting was behind you. So, do you have any special solutions or devices you are proud of in your setup? And is it fully self-built? Is it hard to carry? Tell us something about this orange thing.
So years after years, we've been develop new stuff. But you know what is important? You need to know how to build your sound system because this is where you learn how to like control it. how you can feel the weight of the speakers. You can really like feel the pressure of. You need to build it, sweat, tears. Your arms have to burn after 1 day of carrying boxes. This is very important, you know. So yes, we build our sound system from we are young, and we changed 3 times now. This is the level 3 of O.B.F sound system, and it has been designed with Japanese friends that I met during a tour in Japan. And he designed it specially for us, but we built it here with our crew. So 2 guys are specially involved in the sound system building. It's Desser and Nico. So big up Desser and Nico who built the O.B.F sound system, and the Far East crew, for the design. Yeah. So yeah, that is, I'm proud of what we did, because you can't really name a price. Some equipment that G have, there is no price. This is some classic 80s Lynx preamp. This is some beautiful NJD sirens. This is some wow. So there is some piece of sound system culture that is beautiful to me and beautiful to O.B.F sound system. Yeah, in our stock, you know.
But it's quite sad you cannot really use it now. So I wanted to ask you if it was hard for you to convince yourself to online shows, because they are really successful now, and I think you are really doing it well.
I was quite happy the first lockdown session. Trust me, yeah, we had many shows, some in Poland, some in Prague, some in Spain, some in Italy, France, Paris. We had to go Bristol. We had to go, but everything was cancelled because of the COVID. So I was so happy to go live and had the chance to talk to the fans, to see all the comments. Oh yeah, Rico, yeah, Steph. I was so happy because you know that we are people's people. We need people to get vibes. Yeah, this is the sound system thing. People sound. So when I'm doing the sound system things, I see you people getting a vibe, dancing. So it gives me the vibe. And when I'm here alone, I can't really like build new tunes. I can't really get some vibes. So yeah, it helped people, as we had many positive messages. Thank you for the lockdown. And I always said thank you because you gave me some vibes as well. Yeah.
Do you ever play multi-track sessions?
What was again?
Do you ever play multi-track sessions?
Yeah, I did. My first multi-track session was with Manutention from Improvisator Dubs. Rest in peace, Manutention. One of the greatest dub man, yeah. So this was my first session.
I met him once at Shaka Dance in London many years ago. We got friends there.
Wow.
Remember him.
Legend, character. And we did a tour with Iratian Steppers, playing O.B.F meets Iratian Steppers in dub. So yeah, we had a tour in France. And I did last year live mix with at International Dub Gathering. And you know what? That's funny you're talking about it, because in 2 days, Friday, we have a live mix, multi-tracks mix with O.B.F versus Manu Digital versus Dubmatics, sorry.
Live on air?
Live on air, sir. Yeah, from the studio.
All together at one desk?
No, all together on, everyone has his own desk, and it's a kind of battle, you know?
But everyone plays his tune, mixed live.
Multi-track, so yo, Maken.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Friday night on party time, yeah?
Ah, cool. I'm looking forward to it. Rico, my last question. Quoting your song from the album Under Pressure, are you ready for the riot?
You know me, Maken, I always add a militant part as a Frenchman, yeah? You know, we love this kind of thing, yeah? When our
I can
government
see
says
it on
something,
TV news. Yeah, I can see it
yeah,
on
even
TV.
if our government says something, you need to be against it. This is we, French people, but no, a part of this joke, yeah, we live in some bad days nowadays, so we need to be aware and getting ready for like some action in the streets. Before the COVID, back in the day, I used to go in the demonstration fights, not fighting, but like march and sing and, you know, but about like maybe more than 8 years, I haven't been in the streets for proper demonstration. And after this COVID, I want to go back because it made me realize that more people need to join the riots movement, the street movement. I'm not talking about burning things, yeah. I'm talking about like peaceful riots, yeah. But I don't judge people burning things, yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for the riot. Yeah, I'm ready for the riot.
Your best memory from Poland?
Kenel. Um, oh, I like the Polish ravioli, which the name are
Pierogi.
yeah,
Pierogi.
pierogi. So pierogi is a nice memory for food, yeah. But you know what? One of my best memory is Woodstock Festival, Twinkle Brothers, Tribune Tutki, and my friend Rafal telling me, you see, this is some Polish violin band with Twinkle Brothers, they're friends. Twinkle come in Poland, they grow vegetable together, they are in this community. I say, what? Wow. So that is a wonderful souvenir memories from Woodstock, and it was in 2003. We met you, Maken, there, and I think that was my first experience with Poland, and this will be forever in my heart because we've been traveling for 3 or 4 weeks in Poland with 12 friends, and that was a great experience. Yeah.